Hi, this is Steve from Jackson Grills. Today we're going to cook a recipe that's called tacos al pastor. I'm going to be using ingredients that basically are coming out of North American region. Some of them originate in Mexico, but in a powder form they arrive here, and it's just so much easier to acquire them and to use them. The pork that I'm going to use today is a pork shoulder. It comes from Lepp's Farm Market, which is actually about a 5-minute drive from my home here. And they raise their own pork right on the property, and it's absolutely delicious. We're going to enjoy this meal today. I'm going to use some varying spices with it. What we have in front of us is we have a ancho chili powder, we have a guajillo chili powder, we have salt, we have pepper, we have Mexican oregano, which, believe it or not, it does have a little more intense flavor, a little different smell to it than your traditional oregano. This here is cumin, and then we have last is the garlic powder. And those are combined together using apple cider vinegar and pineapple juice. Those combined in a bowl presents what you have in front of you here. Now this marinade can be done from 36 hours up down to 4 hours. We've gone with a nice 3-day marinade. Get that juice and right into the meat so you get that nice flavor as it's caramelizing. So now we're going to load the spit up with this pork shoulder. And because they're a local butcher, they tend to do customized things for you. If you give them an amount of time to be able to process it. And I had them pre-cut this pork for me in 1/4-inch pieces. So when you're doing tacos al pastor, you'll notice on the spit often where you're buying it that it's in pieces. And that can be a tedious job. So if the butcher's willing to do it for you and you give them time, that's what can happen. So I like to start my first part of my fork at about 9 inches in on the rod. What I'm trying to do is I'm capturing the size of the radiant burner. The radiant burner, the meat must be in the path of the radiant burner to have the proper cooking. If it's outside of the path, you're going to find it's a lot slower cook. Again, with radiant heat driving forward. So I'm going to place the pieces on. I'm going to pack them on fairly tight as I push them onto the down to the bottom of the first fork. Good to do it over a nice cookie sheet or something like that to keep the mess off the counter and just keeps everything a little tidier. So now we're going to cap it off with the second fork, and important in this process is to get it lined up and push it down tight onto the meat. As we said before, this meat, as all meat will do, it'll shrink down as it's cooking as the juices leave. And so you get it nice and tight, and then we've got this beautiful thumb screw on here, so you just with your hand turn, get it nice and tight on the spit rod, and now that's ready to go on the grill in front of the rotisserie burner. So now we're going to put this on the motor, line it up in and drop it in the slot, and you'll see that we're nice and lined up on that burner now, so that as the radiant heat comes forward, it caramelizes the outside. We are one of the only manufacturers that use this ceramic burner at this price point. There you have tacos al pastor, prepared on Jackson Grill's rotisserie burner.